to I'm about to start. I'm streaming fucking fish tank coverage right now. That's the choice
Ooh.
move.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, it
Damn.
does kind of fucking blow. It do kind of
Oh.
fucking blow. Let me make sure this is actually.
Can I DoorDash myself
Isaiah,
beer? Huh.
different
DoorDash
barbecues have
myself?
different things.
Huh.
Different
Sick.
What do you mean?
barbecues have different things.
Huh.
The
What I needed.
barbecue that you got is like wooden collaborated. The
What I needed.
barbecue that you got, the one that has like the grill master looking one,
Yeah.
that's
Wait,
propane.
I now need
Well, I think we want wood. I think wood's more
outputs for that.
easily
Dude, I gotta fucking figure this out.
accessible.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hi boys, I'm about to start laying as much fish tank bullshit as I
DoorDash
can
myself
onto you
beer?
guys. Is that alright? That chilling?
Do it.
Alright,
Do it.
alright. So, today's day 2, right? It's been going for about
I'm gonna turn you down.
48 hours. You're a gay ass motherfucker. You don't like girls, you don't like cool shit. I don't like nothing. But, okay. Okay.
Who, me?
Yes.
I don't like
It's
that
funny
gay
you
ass
brought
shit.
this up. I got a breakdown of Fish Tank Day 1 on my YouTube recommendations.
Yep, probably because I've just done nothing but talk about it in proximity to you. Most likely.
Probably.
But it's,
Probably. But anyways,
shit's
sorry,
fucking
continue.
choice.
It'd be really funny if I can DoorDash myself Coronas right now.
So, I actually
Oh
threw
my
a couple
God,
things
I
in
can.
my saved. I bookmarked a couple of tweets this morning. It looks like things are going pretty chill. Everyone's up right now. I did miss most of the day, which kind of fucking sucks. But I'm just gonna go through some of my bookmarks from today, and and go from there. Fuck, what's going on,
He does it for the love of the game.
dude?
Should
Okay,
I go grab myself some beer? Or should I DoorDash
I think
it?
so. Byron, you know the big fat bald guy, Arya.
Mm-hmm.
Arya is a ticking
Yeah.
time bomb. I think he has he had a really strong start because he has a really funny build and he's like a real spurgy autistic guy. His actual like brain is what's going to fuck him over cuz
Hey Brian, where are you?
he's got some real stupid ideas. I think he also is like a grown man child. He's a complete man child. Like he was singing when I left today to go away and I couldn't pay attention anymore. He was singing the opening theme song to Steven Universe into the camera. Like it's bleak. It's looking bleak out here to be one of the champs.
Yeah, it's pretty tragic.
Holy shit, the big fat lady is alone in the confessional talking for God knows how long to no one, essentially. Like, looking at it,
She's talking?
she's just talking into the confessional camera. Holy shit. Holy fuck.
Does she not realize that that's the confessional camera?
No, he knows. She knows. She thinks people want to watch this.
What is it?
Talking to you, nigga.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
fucking turn him down if he's gonna be a bitch. Okay.
We're gonna drive over there.
Damn, this shit's gonna fucking rule. Alright, real quick,
you
let me be a fucking shill and throw this gay tweet into the Fish Tank live feed. Okay. Okay, chat's right there. Figure out how to get both chats somewhere I can read them. Fine.
Oh, wait.
Whatever. Okay, that's fine. It's good enough. Okay. Arya is gonna fall. He's gonna fall. He thinks trans rights are fucking real. He thinks some bad things. He's kind of dumb. He doesn't like the racism. He doesn't like any of the any of the real core things that a fish tank viewer is looking for, you know? So I don't think he's gonna
Yeah.
have the ability to take it long term. He describes Fish Tank as being Elmer Fudd
Oh my
getting
God.
fucked with by Bugs Bunny, where Bugs Bunny's just like pulling a hammer out of a small hat, like a big hammer out of a small hat, and hitting him on the head, and he turns
Is
into an
that
accordion.
like simple?
He thinks it's just like get fucked with and go, ah, drats, we'll get him next time. And I don't think he's ready for what's to come. I don't think he has any idea even of what's coming to him, because this is a terrible way to be I don't know, to think of Fish Tank in the first day. It doesn't bode well for our boy.
Yeah.
The cast is pretty good. The cast is pretty good so far. I think everyone has their own ups and downs. The fake racist, even if she is real racist, but like the performative racist girl is kind of, people are losing their admiration for her purely because she's not saying anything. She's like nothing. She's saying nothing. She doesn't do anything. And I think that's going to be a very common thread where she's going to do nothing, say nothing, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere every once in a while she's going to pop off, she's going to scream something, she's going to say something retarded or call somebody a faggot, and that's going to be clipped everywhere. These fucking idiots are going to put it everywhere. These fools that want to have sex with the 18-year-old on the TV show, they're going to show up, they're going to show out, and they're going to start glazing her up big. It's going to be tragic. I don't think it's going to have any sort of ability to convince me of anything. And it's mostly just going to be sad. The Australian whore, she's not doing much, but I think that's just because she has to take her time. Durench, I think she's going to have some more. She has good clippability. Like, there's really good screenshots of her face looking fucked up, because she's kind of busted. She's busted in like an exquisite way, and it's perfect for like the zoom cameras they're doing now in the last 2 seasons. The PTZ cameras are really taking advantage of how fucking crazy this bitch can look, and it's leading to some good shit. Rachel, the slam hog, the absolute ham hawk. God damn. I think she's gonna be able to hang around for a bit, but she's like crying. I wasn't able to hang around and watch all day today, which kind of sucks because I lost a lot of the context of it. But it looks like she cried a couple times today. And if I'm being honest, if I look over on the site right now, she's crying in confessional as we speak, from what I understand, which is fucking hilarious. She's sitting here.
From what?
She it looks like she's more just doing like random tangent ranting about whatever. I don't know if she's like being a mega fan.
Yes, I can hear you, Isaiah.
Or anything else, but she's just sitting there. Not even, people are preferring to sit on the living room cam where Freddy's drunk and talking about how New York is the greatest city on the planet, over sitting here over watching her fucking say nothing into the confessional, yap into the confessional cam. She's sitting here in silence. She's just sitting in front of the camera with a bag of Doritos next to her, like it's her co-host. I think she also has a rape whistle on.
That one?
Yeah, the fat one, which is hilarious. She has a bag of Doritos, like a piece of... Oh, no, that was a gift. Somebody gifted her a bag of Doritos, and it's just been sitting there. I'm surprised she hasn't absolutely consumed it yet. That's something that should be long consumed. Jin is shaping up to be kind of funny, the Asian dude. Asian boy, jacks off all the time. Asian prostitute. The works, the usual. But I've seen a couple of funny things. It looks like he was looking up Angel Sturt, Angelina, or whatever her name is so far, the absolute squealing pig. Not the fat one, but because she was like laughing and giddy, super fanning it up all day. I think she has, I don't know, she kind of fell off and then sort of leveled out. I think she's gonna have some sort of a comeback once she can figure her shit out and realize how to not be a retarded superfan and just constantly mention old shit. The fat one, yeah. But once she can figure out how to stop just soy jacking. She's like worse than what Taylor was in season 2, where it's just like point and go, oh, they did the thing. They did a thing that was funny and cool. I saw that somewhere else. She's doing it in a much worse way because she's being directly referential to Fish Tank rather than Taylor was more obsessed with the Sam Hyde aspect from my perspective, from what I saw. And it's and I think she's gonna be able to bring it back for a little bit. She's gonna have some sort of a resurgence, I think, where she's gonna keep getting the hate, but that took away from her simp fan base, and that's gonna make her a lot more easy to get behind when she's, you know, got home field advantage, when she's beefing with someone who's obviously hated. So she'll be able to win easy conflicts. I think she'll come out like 4th place, 5th place, somewhere in there. She seems like a Trish, like obsessed with Sam Hyde, that Sam Hyde actually wants to fuck, kind of. Which will be funny. I think.
Wait, Sam Hyde was hitting on a previous contestant?
No, just every season, one of the women like just sits there and smiles while he tells them he's gonna beat them to death, and it's been
That's
pretty
awesome.
consistent. 3 seasons in a row, a woman has stood next to Sam and he's like wrapped his hands around her throat and said he was gonna fucking kill her, and she just sits there and smiles. So I don't think anything's gonna change this season. There's always got to be the one. And this is a long tangent for how Jin. There's a couple of screen caps of her like wearing a skirt, and he like tries to look up her skirt. He's pulling the pervert Asian guy shtick, which is kind of funny. And he's like balding too, so he's got the perfect build for it.
See the guy in the middle?
Yeah, he's the guy, middle left, black t-shirt.
Yeah.
He hasn't had much like
Dude,
character
she's
moments.
fucking enormous. Oh my
She's
god.
huge. She's massive. Dude, you have no... Dude, the things I'm looking at... Okay, I'm going to take a screenshot of this. I don't want to stream the site because the site gets paywalled at 10 p.m. EST. So I don't want to restream it directly because I feel like that would be kind of gay. But I'm going to pull up this screenshot I just took because she's sitting here in silence, like talking to herself. I don't know what I have her muted, but she is losing it. She's fucked up, dude. This is not right. You shouldn't be doing this to a person. Like, why is she doing this to herself? She knows that these cameras are gonna do... Like, even if there's a 5% chance she's, like, at least nice, this show is not where these things are gonna come to shine. She's only shown that she's, like, a major bag, and she's gonna continue to annoy people. The only entertainment she's brought is when they kind of like put her in a position to say something funny, because she's like a Reddit brained fucking fluoride stared like millennial retard. I don't know. She's lost whatever brain function she had before she was fat. She also cried about being fat earlier when you know that screenshot that I had pulled up on Twitter earlier, where she was like shirtless in the room.
Yeah.
She was like, people were calling her a fat bitch, which is reasonable as God intended, and it and she was like, I have a condition, my ankle is fused, and like just giving excuses for it. So she's seething, she's mad already. People are giving her shit, and for some reason she thought she wasn't gonna get an absolute load of shit being on the show. I don't know what she came into here expecting, because she's in the most hostile, volatile like, environment, especially to be a fatty. She from what people have dug up, she wasn't actively watching until very recently, like the end of season 3, like halfway to the end of season 3. So what I think is she doesn't know truly what's coming, because she didn't see the fatty abuse that went on for the first 2 seasons before the fan base sort of took pity and was like, okay, you know what, he keeps coming back. Obviously, he's not just a fucking loser. He thinks there's something here and he's trying to be a part of it. But she is most obviously a slam hog. She's just going to keep taking the abuse until she either cracks and spurgs out. She might leave because she came in here with so much shit. She came in here with like bags on bags of shit. And it's It was ridiculous. I was not super. Well, actually, I'm excited. I'm excited to see her get everything torn apart and probably freak out. I'm ready to see a couple of cries. I'm ready to see her lose her mind. So homeboy's sitting over here on the right, Freddy. He's had a big day. He's had a huge day. I'm not gonna say I called it. I'm not gonna hold myself up there and say I called it that he was gonna have a big day. Because I didn't think it was gonna happen today. But from
As they turn off their fucking
my basic
stupid shit.
understanding of this guy, I could tell immediately that he was going to be the sort of guy that well, he's an ex-drug addict. He talked about how much he loves coke. He's obviously the type of guy that once the alcohol starts flowing, he's gonna fucking geek. He's gonna tweak, he's gonna geek. He's basically an Alex B 2.0. He's gonna have some sort of freak out easy. It's gonna be like immediately and very evident that he's not stable when he's consuming any sort of substance. And from what I've seen, I missed the part where he got drunk, but he is still drunk. Okay, first of all, Sam kicked him in the head earlier because they went into a bedroom and he was like wobbling a piece of plastic to make that like rainboard noise. And Sam kicked him in the chest and like kicked him across the room, basically, which was hilarious. But he's still drunk and he's rambling about how New York City is the greatest city on the planet right now. So he's obviously going to continue to be very entertaining so long as he has somewhat consistent access to alcohol or whatever. I think that's all they're really going to put into him, but he's taken it upon himself to very immediately become a wreck the second he had any sort of alcohol in his system. He's been crying. Apparently him and the Slam Hog, the fatty, were sitting in the confessional where the fatty is still to this day. She hasn't left because the door got smaller or she got bigger, one or the other. And he, from what I saw, was sitting there like crying about his dad being a piece of shit for hours, forever, for like time immemorial. And the Slam Hog the fatty is a very outward person, somebody who really wanted to take control of that situation. She wanted it, and he completely took over. She didn't get a word in edgewise. So I think it's going to be really good seeing him just be a drunk piece of shit for the rest of the show. I don't even think they did the drunk piece of shit challenge today, which is a thing they do. Once a season, they bring as much alcohol into the house as possible and tell people, okay, drink, and whoever is the biggest piece of shit asshole and everyone hates you in the morning, you win. You win the challenge. And I have my concerns about the drunk piece of shit challenge this season. Because the last three seasons, season 2, 2 and 3, and now 4, all of them have had a underage person, not underage as in under 18, but under 21, a person who is under 21 in the house during the drunk piece of shit challenge. And the problem with that is you get a moral compass when there's somebody who's not drunk in the room, So I've watched it happen every season. Whoever's friends or likes hanging around the minor, the 18 plus under 21, they don't drink as much. And they don't drink as much for the whole season, so long as the person that's under 21 is there. Last season, anytime Pei was around, she dampened people's ability to drink. I think even Mizzy didn't drink that much. I think it really lessened the blows, and it decreased the ability for a lot of these people to let loose and be a drunk piece of shit, because they have this child, this figure of purity there that they restrict themselves around, and they don't take advantage of the ability to be a drunk piece of shit. They remember that the cameras are there because the sober person who can't drink is sitting there and is like, you're being crazy right now, or like, that person's being crazy right now. So then the people that are listening to that, they stop drinking and they don't act like a piece of shit. And it may be that they just have like a lower drive to drink, and that's fine too, but I do feel like having that under 21 person, having anyone who's not able to drink in the room is hurting the chances of there being a real like crazy moment. It lessens it to one or two people who have a problem. They become the only people that are going to drink, go all out, and lay it on the line, you know? So, I don't like Ellie for that. Ellie sucks for that. And I'm not excited to see that just sort of take over the atmosphere of that night. And that night usually comes pretty early. That's usually in the first week before anyone can really have a real like crazy night with the alcohol. Um, but those are my that's just a general concern. Freddie has obviously taken the approach of the alcoholic father, the man who will just go all out, drink until he becomes a slurring idiot. It's gonna hopefully they are able to rein him in just enough to not lose him as a contestant when he kind of freaks out and goes a little too far. It's possible. It's happened before. Uh, Alex B said the N word the first time he drank last season, and that was like day 2. So I think so long as we can get and that was a season where the N word was not happening. That was the first season where the N word was like, whoa, why would you say that? Because those people were normies. They didn't know. They weren't in the know. They were thrust upon them. Fish Tank was. They didn't like it. They didn't want to be a part of that scene, and they sort of were forced into that atmosphere. But these people know to an extent, some more than others, what they're getting into. I think the people that know the least are probably the guy who's drunk right now. Surprisingly, funnily enough, I think Freddie doesn't know almost anything about the show. I think he saw some clips after he got the audition or after he applied, and that's sort of what he's been going off of. And he probably saw season 3 clips. He didn't see truly how evil shit can get and will get. And I'm excited to watch it flesh out throughout the season. Oh my god, yeah. So this morning I didn't really get the challenge. It kind of seemed a little bit of a filler challenge. It was pretty early, relatively speaking. The fish in the first week to 2 usually wake up pretty early and go to bed pretty early. Relatively speaking, like being on the West Coast, it sort of ends up where we are able to watch a lot later, and that usually keeps the fish up a lot later. But these people haven't adjusted to the tank time. They're not staying up all night and sleeping later into the day yet. But it will come. That usually comes pretty early on, within 2 weeks. And once they get that sort of acclimation, we're going to see a lot more nights where they're up until 4 or 5 in the morning East Coast time, which is like 2 a.m. West Coast, which is great for me. But like right now already, I think half of them have gone to bed or are like in bedrooms. There's only 4 people out of bedrooms in living room right now, and that definitely changes very quickly. But since they woke up so early today, they had to throw on a sort of impromptu, less engaging competition. They did the dress up challenge. That's a staple. That one's definitely been around a couple of times, where they dress up, they put on their best fit. It had a twist this time where they got dressed up by the fat bitch. The fat bitch was given a pile of everyone's clothes, like 3 items from each person's wardrobe, and dressed them up how she wished. And it came out with some pretty good ones. The scrawny guy, Daniel, the autistic guy with the hunch, he came out with a pretty good fit. People were pretty hype about that because he was just wearing like black pants, a white t-shirt, and a leather jacket, like a bomber jacket, basically. And that looks hard on anyone. Anyone looks badass in that fit. So that was not surprising that he was able to sort of figure something out and look pretty good. I think he probably looked best of all the male contestants. I think everyone else just kind of was wearing dude outfits, like, except for Freddie. Freddie was given the bra. He got feminized. He's a black actor in Hollywood, so he had to be put in a dress, much as they all do. And I don't know. I wasn't super interested in that challenge. It didn't do too much for me. Oh, they went out to the gym. So after that, they sent a couple of guys to go assemble the bench press. And while they were doing that, everyone was walking around all dressed up. People were looking fancy. And once the bench press was assembled, they took Daniel. Daniel had to sit in front of everyone and direct them on how to work out. He had to direct them in doing push-ups. So they didn't give him a lot of time because I think it could have gone a little longer and gotten maybe better. But at first he had them do push-ups. The fat one, Rachel, couldn't do a single push-up and she was like sniffling. She was pissed about it, which was awesome because she was just like laying on the ground while everyone was doing push-ups and she was like, I can't do it, I'm fat, I can't do it. She's wearing these like goggle glasses that look absolutely retarded. She looks exactly how you'd expect someone like that to look, actually. I'm not super surprised with how this looks. The site, no, the site's not down for me. I just don't know if I want to be restreaming the paywalled shit, you know? I'm gonna play it cool for a little bit at least until I figure that out. Site's not, I mean, is the site down for everyone else? Because I'm chilling. I'm still seeing everything fine. You can't get in? Rip, dude. Rip, dude. F. Looks like you're gonna have to pay the money. Pay the piper, pay the Jew, and you'll get in back into the site. Well, do you have a season pass? You can't. The cameras are paywalled after 10 p.m. this season, which is kind of gay, but I see it. You have an account? Damn. Well, then they're just raping you, dude. You're done. They kicked you out. You're done for. Maybe I haven't refreshed in a while. I haven't exited a cam. But things are still good for me. I'm not seeing any Fs in the chat. So I think it might be on your end, dude. But back to what I was saying. Watching them bench press was pretty fucking awesome. You streamed after dark last night? Were you like restreaming or cuz I don't know. That feels kind of sketch. I don't know if they would like nuke my shit even with like 6 viewers. I just want to play it safe at least for a day or two maybe. But I mean unless I see other people. Oh, ooh, you were a naughty boy. You're a little bit of a bad boy. You were streaming it. You were restreaming the After Dark. You got nuked, dude. They give you a truth nuke and you're done for. No, I'm sure it's just the site being a piece of shit. Honestly, it's not like that's a new thing. The site's pretty consistently been a mess. And so this season I think is gonna have either a lot more problems or a lot less problems, depending on how good of web devs they got for the site. Because with them moving over to a fully locally hosted server for the site, that's gonna result in us having a much more interactive updates. I think that means either the site's going to be really choppy and tanky during like high octane moments when shit's really popping off, or if the stress tests really were something that they took into account and they've made big adjustments for, then in that case we might be able to actually watch during like the triathlon. The triathlon might not be a laggy piece of shit during that time if we're lucky. I know first day was pretty choppy. The investor stream was pretty choppy, but I think so long as they're on top of their shit and keeping it greased, they're gonna be able to give us a much more live experience. I think it's gonna be way easier for the site to stay up instead of crashing every 5 minutes.
I'm good.
Dude. Durench is the fucking GOAT. I can't believe it. I can't believe it, dude. The screen caps we're gonna get of her this season are gonna be insane. I don't know how long she's gonna last because she seems on the pretty normie side, so I think tolerance wise she's gonna be pretty low for bullshit. And if JD Vance, I think JD Vance is what people are calling her now. She does kind of look... Oh my god, I didn't even realize that. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me pull this up. That's crazy. Oh my god. The resemblance is uncanny. Holy shit, my computer's about to take a shit. That's... I didn't even see that. That's fucked up, dude.
You got a
Dude,
deep fried photo
it looks
too.
so good. That's so true. Damn, she's gonna be the GOAT. The screen caps of her and Arya have already been fucking immaculate. We're gonna be chilling. We're gonna get real fucking into it this season. I mean, every season has really good screen caps. They don't disappoint, especially the PTV or PZ, whatever the fuck the name of it, PTZ cameras. They are super high res, especially when they get a zoom. It's like insane. You can see each individual hair on her fucking straw head. But I do worry because we are going to start losing fish eventually. I think since it's a smaller cast, we're going to be able to last a little bit longer with everyone. We're not gonna lose everyone immediately this time, but there is a good chance we are gonna lose no matter what a pretty golden contestant pretty early. I don't think there's any way we can get around like every loss feeling like a loss. It's gonna be fucking who's gonna quit? All right. Who do I think is gonna quit of these people? There's a couple factors. I think if we're going purely based on who wasn't ready for this, who doesn't have the tolerance, and who gets kind of weeded out by the intensity of the season, I think we're seeing either a Freddy bow out if he like once he sobers up, he sort of has a come to Jesus moment. I doubt that's gonna happen. I think he has a pretty fucking gnarly life. I think he's gonna be digging his teeth in for most of the season. But if he has Ratchet or Fred, okay. Really? Okay, Freddy is definitely a good call. Rachel, so that's Rachel is also for a different reason, but I think Freddy and Arya have very similar reasons that they would dip, that they would like, kind of get psyched out. I think both of them don't really understand what they're in for. Arya really seems like he's a naive, ignorant kid. Really at heart, he was like singing Steven Universe songs earlier today. He's really, I don't think he has the heart in him to have like somebody screaming in his face or to get called a fat retard all day. And if he keeps like talking about shit that people don't like, if he keeps having opinions that people are not fucking with, he's gonna continue to leech endorsements. I blind bought before the season started. I ended up with one RA. I sold today at 400 or like right under 400, 390. So I think that might have been his market cap unless he's really able to bring it back. He dropped down to like 350 by the end of today, and I feel like I was pretty on the ball with that. The second he started talking more and looking awesome, like looking fucking ridiculous less, well, he's gonna keep looking ridiculous. The screen caps are gonna stay good. He's not gonna have any based moments, he's gonna have some moments. He's probably gonna stand up to someone. He threw all the rice off of the bed yesterday. That was pretty good. But I don't think he has the sort of the energy to get nasty. I don't think he's gonna be able to start screaming at people and be screamed at. He has a really naive point of view on what the show is. And that could just be because he's trying to be nice for the first couple of days. He's trying to kind of keep it cool. But unless he's able to really lock in more than we've seen right now, this is short-lived. I think he could drop mid-season, like right when the heat starts getting turned up. I don't think anyone drops early unless it's Angel or Rachel. Angel and Rachel both have the exact same reasons that they're going to drop early, purely because they're going to get bullied. They're going to get fucking raped. Every comment, every TTS that comes their way is going to be fucking nasty because they both came in way too hot with the fan energy. They came in with everything that we don't like to see in a fan. There's a very fine line on fan where it goes from someone who has the ability to tank whatever abuse is coming to them, and or once they cross that line, they end up just being gay. They end up just like soying. They end up annoying people because they can't help themselves from being ridiculous. Rachel's gear, I think all of her merch and stuff is really funny, and if she's a plant, that's also fucking hilarious. I think she would be like the funniest plant possible if that's the case. But if she's authentic, if she really created all that merch herself and she wanted it, then she's in for a really rude awakening. I'm pretty sure she's already cracking from what I've seen. It looks like she's already having some moments of like talking back to TTS, getting angry, getting upset, and not being able to take the heat that much. Same with Angelica Angelina. I still don't know her name fully, which sucks, but I'll have it down soon enough. But she's taken it pretty hard on the chin. I don't think she's real. If she's real, then that's fine by me. I think she's probably gonna get weeded out pretty easy then. She's probably gonna get so long as they don't block too many TTSs, or if they just like get annoyed of her and start letting them fly. I can see them blocking some of the really fucked up TTSs for her for a little bit, giving her like a week to kind of settle in, let the cast sort of create their dynamics, and before they really get rid of people. But once she wanted to be the bad guy by the in the trailer. She did want to be the bad guy in the trailer. I don't think maybe she came with the right energy. She didn't come with the right kind of bad guy energy to be the bad guy late game. She came as a early game bad guy where she's just annoying and people are like, all right, get rid of her, and they're gonna keep her around so they get the engagement of people wanting her gone. Yeah, and became a pick me. Like that's exactly what is gonna happen to her. She's gonna flounder around, try out a couple of different personality types, and then she's sort of gonna mesh and meld into something that doesn't really stick and kind of sucks. And she'll probably burn out of her high energy pretty reliably early. I think she's okay. She left the confessional. She's now in the kitchen with the rest, which is interesting. But she's I don't know. I think she has real capability to get kicked out by the audience. Same with Angel. She's already been taking heat. She got called a faggot by Ben this morning for being gay, and if she can't kind of pull it together and just like Ben said, take it to heart what Rachel said, stop being a super fan, stop giggling, stop playing with the Josie toy. I heard she broke the Josie toy. I didn't see that. I hope I can find a clip of that. But just trying to be a replica or a copy of a previous contestant is not gonna work. Is not gonna help her. Is not gonna bring her any sort of favor. But I do see her creating her own personality and figuring out a way to become herself if she can last long enough through the abuse she's taking now. And she'll make it decently far. I can see her top 5 or top 4, just off of the fact that she does like the show. She does seem to know enough about the show that she's going to be able to last, to like take the abuse to an extent. It's just whether or not they're able to figure out a weakness of hers, find out what she really can't take, and if those TTSs are going to get through. That's what's really going to be her downfall, if it comes to that. Yeah, these two, Angel and Rachel, are going to drop because of abuse. RAA and Freddie are going to drop because of intensity. And I don't think any of them are going to drop, though. Those are just my most likely. So those are just the reads I get off of these people. And that's I don't want any of them to drop. I think they're all pretty good so far. I want to get to know them more before I really root against anyone. Because, you can't really decide in the first second. I mean, everyone was like, Arya's the fucking GOAT. He's White Bert. He's autistic. He's fucking crazy. His posture is insane. But I think the more we get to meet his personality, he's gonna drag. People immediately wanted to chud out and soy jack over their new Asian queen Ellie. People wanted to be simping immediately. It was instant. Literally, the second she walked into the tank, it was yellow fever. The whole chat, all of Twitter was fucking yellow fever, and that's exactly what I hate about her right now. That's exactly what I don't want to see. I don't want to see performative racism. I want to see real racism. I want to see a black guy come in, and then you start talking about 13%. If you're talking about it unprompted, or just like because you kind of know you're on an edgy show, which is what I think she's doing so far, it doesn't fly with me. It doesn't sell. She's not convincing me of anything, and she's she's I've got my fucking eye on her because she's going to fuck something up bad style. IMO. Uh, and that's just gonna be her own fault. I don't think she's gonna leave or she's gonna get kicked off. I think if she has the legs that like a Binks had, where she can take the abuse of being called a pick me, and she's also she's more attractive than Binks was, unfortunately, which means she is going to be taking a lot more favor. She's going to get a lot less hate. She's getting the toys already. The second the roses turned on, the second the plushies turned on, she was the first one to get them. It was inevitable. These people, these freaks that watch this, they can't help themselves. They latch on. They can't help. They just want to they want to grab whatever attractive female is on the screen first. See, Ellie came in, Angel, she came in, and she had it. There were the first 4 seconds, people were immediately on it. They were like, oh my god, another one. It's yellow fever season, we're going to have 2 Asian baddies. And then she became a super fan, and people were immediately realizing, they go, the fog of war was lifted from above their heads, and they were able to read beyond the tits, and they go, oh, no, wait, no, she's gay, she sucks. And, but they're not having this realization with Ellie yet, because she goes on an Action Man stream, she says 13%, she says Jews, she says the right words to get people to go, she's based! God, oh my god, she's a base queen, she's my queen. I must get my bug lady, my bug queen. And they wanted it, they needed it, that's what they that's what they desire. That's what the Gooners, that's what the whales, that's what they want. That's what the juicers need. That's why they're going to spend $10,000 this season each, sending her plushies, sending her roses, sending her whatever the fuck she wants. If she's having a bad moment, she's going to get 10 plushies. The second she cries, 1 tear, she's going to get an avalanche. And I know the Wiggers. They're going to be downstairs, they're going to see that tear, they're going to go, all right, it's time to open up fish toys. It's time to get her toys. She needs them now more than ever. She's an attractive lady. She's weak. She's harmless. She needs the Wiggers to be her king, her knight in shining armor. I know Mint's gonna love coming upstairs, handing her those plushies every 5 minutes, and he's gonna love every second of it. It's gonna be tragic. I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be seething. You're gonna see me. You're gonna see me on Twitter. You're gonna see me on here. I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be raging. I'm going to be calling them all gay losers. I'm going to be saying everything I can to make sure these people get it through their thick skulls that this is not what we're here for. Because people like Ellie, the under 21, the sub 21 people, the attractive ladies, the people that you can sympathize with, they're the ones that are truly restricting this show. They're the ones that bring us down. They're the ones that, so long as they bring in the bucks, they never get gotten rid of. They stick around the whole season, and then everything gets toned down for their sake, because they cry once and the challenge is over. They cry once and Binks doesn't go in the fucking sand pit. Mizzy goes in the sand pit instead because she's a slam hog. That's what happens. I've seen the repercussions of these actions. I've seen what happens. I've played these fucking games before. You're not going to convince me that this isn't a pattern, that this isn't something that I can study, because I've seen it. I've seen it once, I'll see it again. This isn't a one-time thing. This is a pattern. This is something that will keep happening. The fatty snacks. Okay, sending Rachel's snacks is exquisite. That's an excellent addition. They picked it perfectly. They knew exactly what they needed, because I don't know. I haven't seen loot crates as much. I don't think loot crates are going to be as prevalent, probably, because those were always very randomized. They had an assortment of items, but just giving snacks, giving a bag of Doritos to Rachel at a random moment is going to be fucking awesome. Is something that's going to be funny every time, because if she's sitting in the confessional crying her eyes out on camera, she's gonna get a bag of Doritos. She's gonna be given a candy bar. And when she gets handed a Snickers and starts eating it while she's crying, the screenshots that people will grab will be legendary. Those are screenshots that people will be using in fucking 4 seasons. People will be throwing that one out forever. Mark my words. If we get Rachel crying, eating a Snickers bar, still crying, we will be eating good for the rest of our lives, gentlemen. It's not even going to be close. It's going to be exquisite. And that's what I like about Rachel. I like having the absolute atrocious females. I think having mid to ugly females is way better than having any sort of attractive female in here. Because you can watch you can watch Angel get tortured because she's fallen in the rankings because she's annoying. You can watch Dorench get tortured because she's Australian and looks retarded. Some of these people are going to feel bad when Ellie has to do 10 jumping jacks and can't do it. They're going to feel bad. They're going to be like, "Oh, she smoked 4 cigarettes or something." They're going to come up with all these excuses. They're going to come up with reasons why she should get coddled. And that's what I don't want to see. If I have to post 100 tweets saying calling out coddling, I'm going to be filled with rage. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see me angry about the coddling. But when it happens, I can't help but call it out. Because this is not a show of fairness. This is a show... It's not even fair. This show needs to be fair. This show needs to be absolutely off the walls. These people can't be treated differently based on how resilient they are. Because otherwise, we're not going to find out who's the most resilient. We're not going to find out who is the most able to withstand this abuse if they're not taking abuse appropriately. Like, if you're taking Arye and making him, like, do 10 push-ups and sweat his ass off and look like he's about to die, then that's just what has to happen. And then when they let Ellie do 5 push-ups with her knees down, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be rageful. I'm going to be seething. And I'm going to be upset. I don't know. I'm just saying angry in every way I can because I'm going to feel every emotion that is negative towards these people in that time. All right. So let's get down to brass tacks. Let's talk a little bit more about this is where my bookmarks end, but I'm gonna go through the just the top fish tank tweets for the day. I'm gonna try and give a little bit of a recap. This is awesome. This I like. I like seeing this. Seeing Jin absolutely become an Asian pervert. That's a good move. I don't know how on purpose that was. If he was just trying to get a view of what was going on her bed, but if that was on purpose, he might be able to come back from saying that 16-year-olds are hot. He might be able to come back from being pretty gay for that, because that was a big pause that everyone took today when he said that, because this is not the time and place for that. You are not in the right place if you're going to start talking about how 16-year-olds are hot. That's just not what we want to see. We want to see you looking up this hag's skirt. That's what we want to see out of an Asian pervert guy. We want to see you being horny tastefully in an appropriate American way. We don't want to see you being a hedonist. We don't want to see you being gross about it and talking about gross shit. We need something that is going to let us laugh, let us support you without grossing us out, right? And this is what we like to see. This is what we need to see. Freddy being a tweaker, Angel also being a tweaker, and Jin looking up the skirt of the only Asian woman that's talking to him. That's what we like to see. It does seem like, from what I can tell, looking right now at the site, he is also sort of hanging on. He is following her around. He is lost puppying her a little bit. It seems like, I'm not sure how likely it would be that he would be up right now and still out in the the common space if it weren't for the fact that she was out here. I haven't seen him sort of leave her area, her zone, and it makes me wonder if he's gonna be simping, if he's gonna be pulling a little bit of pervy action because she's kind of dumb. If because if he's gonna just kind of follow her around and try to fuck her, that will be funny. I will like to see that. I do like to see the horny posting when it's some like retard following around a mid to hot girl subbing because racist monsters need to stick together. Thank the Lord. Let's stick together, brother. I'm gonna try and stream most nights during the season. I'm gonna be gone for after this week, so like after day 8, I'm gonna be gone for about a week, but after that, I'm gonna be live streaming most nights, giving some coverage because I don't know. I love Fish Tank. I've been watching for a couple seasons now, and it's just fun. And nobody I like talk to on a regular basis enjoys it as much as me. They're not as into it. They're not people that want to watch the show and be obsessed with the show like I do. And this is if I'm gonna be obsessed with something, I might as well do something about it. Do something with my time. So actually, this got a lot of coverage. Jin's little skirt peek got a lot of coverage, and yeah, this was also very good sign. I like that this is going on. This is a pretty good reaction image right here. Sadly, you do the same. Hey man, it's a dog eat dog world out here. We gotta make the best of it. Honestly, it's hard to find retards that are willing to sit around and talk about this show all day. I even talk about it off season. I didn't watch very much Stream Stars. I picked it up at the beginning of season 2. I watched day 1 of season 2, and I've just been obsessed ever since. But every season since, I'm here. I'm sitting here in my seat, sweating, being an absolutely disgusting person, just obsessing over this show and having no one to talk about it with. I don't know if you've seen. I mean, obviously you found the stream from Twitter, but this is sort of what I've been doing. Just sitting here scrolling through Twitter all day, posting sometimes, shit posting, being mad, being as angry as I've ever been at anything, and why not stream it? So, Daniel is interesting. Daniel's an interesting character to me. I think his detective shtick is not gonna last long, but if he can keep just having the shittiest posture ever and being based sometimes. Apparently he got drunk tonight, which rules. I do like to see that. I was worried that a lot of these contestants being Spurgs were gonna be straight edge. I was worried that like REA. I still think REA is probably gonna be straight edge, but I think I thought Daniel would be too. It turns out I was probably wrong. I knew Freddy was gonna be a tweaker, but Daniel getting drunk is a very good sign to me. So long as he keeps it up, it gives me. I mean, this is gay. This is gay to say, but it does give me a little bit of a TJ vibe. He was a Spurg. He kind of seemed like he would be kind of gay, but he's actually cool. Coming in with the Zoro, the Roronoa Zoro, Wawanoa Zoro cosplay day 1. Rules because he didn't go too hard. He didn't try hard it and just kind of came in with the sash. I do like that. I'm a weeb fag, so I'm iffy on Daniel. I don't think he's our like mega Chad yet. I think he needs to come into it a little bit more. REA is a good sort of early season guy that we can obsess with, and then we're gonna transition over once he says more gay shit, sings more Steven Universe bullshit, and loses a lot more of the Chud fan base. It kind of is weird that that the sentiments that he shared today weren't more hated. I thought his trans rights shit would have got him a lot more hate. It definitely made me go, "Oh man, this guy sucks." Kind of. I wasn't happy to see that. I wanted a very based fucking like basement dweller autist out of him because of his build. I wanted him to truly be the Golem and Judge Hold'em. But that's not what's gonna happen. He's a sensitive guy. He's gonna cry when he gets pushed too hard. He's gonna hopefully spurg out before he cries, so it's a little more deserved. But he's definitely gonna say something, do something, just constantly sort of drag on people, and that's where I think Daniel's gonna come in. Daniel's gonna sort of take over as the real background autist because there's so many screenshots of him so far already where he's just sitting in the background. He's silently staring off into space as the shit is happening, as like people are being retarded around him, which is good. Just sort of silently sitting there, not interacting during the full interaction. Like in this screenshot, he's sitting here, not engaging at all in this conversation. I'm on the stream right now. I have it muted, but he's just like pacing around the kitchen while people are talking, not even looking towards the conversation. He might be looking into a camera, but it's interesting to see. It looks like fucking Angel has zoomies or something. She's like running around the house. She's trying to be Stimmingsburg, which fucking blows. That's not hopeful because I bought one Freddy and one Angel today because I thought they had bottomed it out and they had already like been as bad as they can get. But if they can continue to surprise me with how shit they are, it's gonna be bad news. I'm gonna be roping soon. The Rachel Freddy combo while Freddy's been drunk, fucking awesome. Obviously she was gonna mother bear. Obviously she's a big fat lady, so she's the most compassionate person because every fat lady is compassionate, and or at least on the surface is someone who's gonna be like, oh honey, oh let's take care of you so I can have like the good boy points. Every fat person who is also like a moral fag is always looking for good boy points. They're always looking for that edge where they can squeeze in and go, but I'm so nice. But I'm so nice and you're not nice. But I can say retard too because I'm epic. I'm lay-based. And that's exactly where Rachel is, and it's perfect for taking care of Freddy as he's drunk and starting to like he sort of unwound. He went from like sort of just a cokehead like spastic kind of guy, and he's definitely showing that underlying he really is truly going to end up being a fucking spaz. He's gonna freak out. He's gonna have some moments. He already basically had a Jeff moment tonight where he screamed about New York being the best city ever. And that's promising stuff. That's stuff that we like to see. That's the stuff that we want to be witnessing. Because if he's doing it day 2, he's going to be doing it every day that he's able to drink. That's going to be a constant conversation. It's going to be something that a TTS comes through and says New York fucking sucks, and he's going to scream at the camera. And who doesn't love it when the retard is screaming at the camera belligerently? People hate it in the moment, but they're going to miss it. They miss Jeff now, and they're going to miss Freddy because this is just starting. This is just the beginning of his era. Arye, great moments. The Groovy King, he's good so far, and I don't know. I'm not gonna keep digging this hole where I go. He's gonna fall off. I don't necessarily want him to. I'm just seeing the cracks already, and seeing the cracks this early is not something that you want out of this. You don't want to see that this early into the season. Day 2, it's just I don't know. It's disconcerting. It shows weakness that is only going to be compounded upon as he's beaten down and degraded. I didn't see this. I'm gonna play this clip.
My favorite stream.
I saw the screenshot of Bert, or it's like FISHTANK posted themselves of if we can get Bert to, or if we can get Asmongold to watch FISHTANK live, Bert's gonna get his money. And I think that's fucking hilarious. And Bert's gonna keep promoting it. Bert's gonna talk about it on his streams for a while. And I'm gonna watch this real quick because it looks like this might have been the advent of this event. So I'm just gonna let this play for a second, and then I'll talk about it afterwards.
Streamer in the whole wide world, out of everybody I could pick, is Asmongold. I call him Azzy. He's such a good friend of mine. We're close personal friends. I'm in his paid Discord group. I can call him Azzy. You can't. You call him Asmongold. Anyway, here's the deal. If Asmongold, I just got the approval from corporate to make this offer. If Asmongold spends an entire day streaming FISHTANK, we're gonna pay Bert the rest of the prize money. Oh boy. And we're gonna donate $20,000 to a charity of Azzy's choice. For you non-insiders, that's Asmongold. You can't call him Azzy. Only I can call him that. I'm in his paid Discord group. Is that good?
Alright. Hell yeah. First of all, hell yeah. That's going to be a fantastic thing that people are going to be spamming at Asmongold for the next 6 weeks. And honestly, I think at this point in season 4, FISHTANK has the legs, it has the swag to have that happen. Shane Gillis talked about it on Joe Rogan, briefly mentioned it. It's got I don't like the VTuber. I don't like buying a VTuber to fucking watch the show. I think that's a really weird move. I don't think we want the VTuber community coming into this shit. Because no matter how based a VTuber fan is, they're not gonna be all in. And they're gonna be the type of fan that really puts a damper on the shit that people like me, the fucking freaks that just want to see people wallowing in mud and screaming racial slurs. That stuff's going to get dampened by that community because it's not going to be as encouraged. But if that's how they want to juice it, if that's how they want to get their name out there, who am I to say anything? They're making money. If they can get Asmongold to stream it for a day, I think they can, truly. Sam Hyde's name has been in everyone's mouths. Extreme Peace is coming out right now. We are in the new era of MDE, and that is going to hold some changes. That's going to hold a lot of washing of things, but also I think that it's an advent of a new era of edgy, but not. I don't know if it's going to end up being safe edgy. I think they're definitely going to get washed a little bit in the making, but this might be truly the first time that it is really feasible that Asmongold and these bigger streamers, and honestly, like, media at large, is going to be paying attention, is going to take notice of and pay respects to FISHTANK and what they've been able to do. They're on season 4. This is the shortest. I might be talking out of my ass. This might be the shortest gap between seasons ever. I was not expecting season 4 until like the end of the year. The drop of this trailer was insane. I lost my mind. I shit my pants. I was sitting at work in my desk and I fucking shit all over the place. I immediately put my diaper on and I got ready to start watching fucking FISHTANK. I got ready to sit in my chair all day, not work, sit on my phone, watch the tank, have it on director mode while I'm fucking typing away, not doing anything, just making myself look busy. I was ready to be... I'm so locked in. I'm so ready to lose myself into this show yet again. And it's time. It's time for this to hit the true mainstream. Famous House brought the Big Brother or whatever community, and this season is going to bring a lot more of the streamer community. This season, I think Kick is going to be playing a big part in the sort of level up that we're about to see in FISHTANK's popularity. And honestly, I'm all for that. I'm all for if FISHTANK can stream on Kick with their restream. I don't know how they're going to keep it up with YouTube with what ends up happening on the YouTube, but it's, I don't know. Things are going to get probably dicey around the dirtier, darker times. I don't know. It's going to be very, I don't know. Things are, oh, what? There's a bell? Yo! Holy shit, there's a beef. There's a beef. We're getting a doghouse tonight. What the fuck? Somebody must have goated this on. Somebody has to have goated this on in a crazy way. Alright, I'm gonna take it from the latest of Twitter. That's where I'm gonna do, like, actually showing it on stream, but I'm gonna watch it from here. I'm gonna watch it on my second monitor. I'm gonna keep it on the Twitter for the stream, just to play it safe. But this is crazy. He's busting open a drink right now. He's busting open a drink while he's getting ready to get on the beef. To have a beef. What the fuck is this guy doing? Dude. Freddy's gonna be a goat. Freddy's gonna stick around. I think he's gonna be somebody. He's gonna be what Alex B should have been. He's going to end up being the crash out king. He's gonna freak out every night without fail because he's going through fucking coke withdrawals. He's a cokehead. He's gonna freak out all the time. And I think the more we see of this, the more we see him become the biggest piece of shit. He's going to win the biggest piece of shit challenge, the drunk piece of shit challenge. He's going to keep beefing. He's going to keep getting drunk. And so if he wins this beef right now, he's going to be unstoppable. This stock is about to 10x. Hear me now, and understand. This is about to be the advent of a new king. I'm going to sell one of my angel socks to buy one Freddy stock right now because this is happening. Today is the day he's going to be... Oh my god. Okay, let's get a refresh on here. TTS gaslit Freddy, the NY Cooch, to ring the bell and wake the house up for a beer. Then he was actually... What? Hold on. That's what he rang the bell for? They got him to ring the bell for a beer? Because he wanted another Dude. He thought it was the beer bell. That's... Okay. Damn! I am a little disappointed. I'm disappointed that wasn't a true beef. I really did want to see level up of a drunk piece. I did want to see him truly drunk piece of shit get put in the doghouse day 2. That would have been awesome. But getting a beer, ringing the bell, being an asshole, to get a beer, the house is going to turn on him. The house that isn't at least in on this joke. Because it looks, at least to me, that a lot of this is... Whoa, what's going on here? Is he throwing up in the bathroom right now? Okay. Holy shit. Okay. The goat is speaking. It looks like he might be losing his fucking guts because they've thrown him under. Fuck yeah, dude. He's out of the bathroom. Okay. False alarm. Oh, he's gonna ring it again. Oh shit, okay, they stopped him. He was about to ring it again for another beer. Jesus Christ. What a goat. That is the king right there. I'm telling you, I'm gonna keep saying this. Freddy may not win. Freddy's gonna be a content king this season. He's gonna be somebody that we're gonna be watching. We're gonna keep eyes on him. I don't see an obvious winner right now, but I do see an obvious people's choice. You know, I see somebody who's going to win over the hearts and souls of people. He's gonna piss off a lot of people. People are gonna be mad. People are gonna hate him. Honor defended. Okay, something's happening. I don't know what's going on here. I wish I was able to keep this unmuted, but I'm not gonna take that fucking risk right now with the stream. It seems like I could get fucking raped fast style, and I'd rather still be able to watch FISHTANK than have 11 viewers watching me restream it and talk about nothing. Damn, yeah, drunk piece of shit challenge. That's gonna happen. That's happening very soon. I think that usually happens within a week, right? At least from what I understand, it's usually something that'll come around by the first weekend after the beginning, hopefully, because that's a big one. That's like a Friday. That's a Friday night, first week sort of challenge, and obviously, it's gonna be a good one this season. From what I understand, Angel seems like she's also gonna be a good drunk piece of shit. She's running around the house like a fucking idiot. People are really this sucks. This does suck. It does suck that she is running around being a absolute silly Billy. Mince mogged. I don't think Mince could mog anyone. I'm not gonna lie. I got Mince beef. I want Vance back. I'm not gonna say anything more than that. I miss my boy Vance. He should be the one bringing it up. Mince might just be the new bottom bitch. Vance might have taken a level up. He might be a little bit higher on the echelon. He'll be coming out for some sort of a good bit later on. But I don't think I don't think Mince is necessarily a good replacement yet. Also, no Luca yet. We got like that weird curly-haired guy for a cameraman so far. So things are looking like things are changing. I'm sure the more they change, the more they stay the same. We're gonna see these characters. They're just not here yet. They're just not gonna be constants. People that we're able to really latch on to as our eye in the sky, our inside man. Okay, this I don't like this. These people, these freaks, these people that are taking these screen caps of Allie looking into the camera. They are the lowest of the low gooners. They are the people. They are Fish Footwatcher is doing this. Or if not him, people like him. The people that are here to goon. The people that are here because they want to see the ABG win for no reason. They suck, dude. They I don't know. Watching FISHTANK live and got hit with this look. I need this in my life. You'll never see this in your life, dude. You're gonna fucking die alone, sitting in your basement. You're watching FISHTANK live. You'll never see this. None of us will ever see this. Anyone who is in this stream right now, I hate to break it to you. I'm sorry that you have to hear it from me. You're never gonna look this in the eyes. You'll never see this view. It's an unattainable goal, and you're gooning. By doing this to yourself, you're mentally degrading yourself. Because you're envying your neighbor. And that is a sin. One must not covet thy neighbor. That rings true in this situation. Even though this is not like some other alpha male's female, you're not truly coveting your neighbor, but it's the same mental gymnastics where you're looking up, you're filled with greed. Greed and envy are what you are filled with when you see this on your screen. because you go, if only I could talk to her. If only I could see her and talk to her. She would fall in love with me. I would have my bug queen. Please. But these people, they will never speak to a woman like this. They will goon over her. They will give her all the toys. She will get every plushie that is bought by production. Production has 1,000 plushies downstairs, and they're all going to be in her hands. At least 70% of the plushie market cap is going to be owned by Ellie, and it's going to suck. Every time I see this woman holding a plushie walking around the house, it's gonna grind my gears, and I'm gonna hate her. I'm gonna be filled with rage, and I'm gonna want her dead. Because unfortunately, that's the only recourse for being cringe, is death. And it's inescapable. It's not something that these people are ever going to stop doing. It's probably only going to be increasing in coming times, but it's bad, and we shouldn't be doing it. We shouldn't be encouraging it. We need to be discouraging this sort of degradation of these people's morals. It's gay. It sucks. I hate it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be around it. And it's, I don't know. It's gonna fucking drag on everyone. TTA, okay, Ben running in to REA sleeping and being like, do you like comic books? Do you like comic books, REA? I got these Flash underwear. Do you like them? To no response to REA, just like turning over and going back to sleep. Absolute mog. His autism is going to sell him, is going to get him far in this. It's great. I like it. I like seeing these moments. Ben coming in and fucking with contestants. Ben getting that picture of Rachel with her CPAP fucking going ham. Incredible. That's the shit that all of you East Coasters, all you people that are going to bed at a reasonable hour and missing out on true late night are going to be seething. I'm one of them because I have a job, unlike some people, but anyone who can't stay up a little late and see like anything past 1 a.m. is going to be absolutely seething, seeing just clips of this and not getting to witness it live. And I think that's going to be ramping up. I think fucking with these people at times that isn't conventional. The fact that we're getting this much TTS volume on day 2 is insane. It's the ramp up is going to be fucking crazy because we're starting at a base level. Actually, I take that back. The ramp up might not be crazy because I think if we're starting at a base level where TTS is already getting kind of fucked up, being mean, I think that bodes in the direction that we're going to see ramp up, but we're not going to see steep inclines. We're going to see a slow burn. We're going to see the frog in the pot boiling. You know, the water is warm. The water started hot. Like Angela is already crying. Rachel's already crying. These people are yelling at the cameras. But the fact that they're day 2 getting this kind of abuse is going to harden them, and they're not going to realize when they're sitting in the corner, like rocking back and forth, going insane, what is happening. They're not going to realize that they're in hell, and it's going to make it much more easy for them to tolerate and continue to be boiled, these frogs. Golly gee, Mizzy, absolutely. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with her shit. I haven't really been watching many of the Burt streams. I've tuned into a couple of them, watched some clips. He's got some decent stuff. His gaslight yesterday, pretending that he thought he needed to go to the house because they were waiting on him. That was pretty good. I thought that was pretty funny, but it's not what I'm here for, you know. I'm here for a canon season stuff primarily. I even skipped Blood Games because I was foolish. I was naive. I didn't realize how good it was getting. I just kind of tuned in, saw mobile cam outside and like Jimmy being gay, and I was like, oh, I don't need to watch this. This doesn't matter. And I missed out. So I'm not gonna make that mistake again. I made sure to keep tabs on Stream Stars while it was happening. But Mizzy streams, seems like I can't tell if she's going insane because she's falling off and not like having a good, she's not able to latch on yet, or if she's feeding into it because people are liking it. It's I don't know. There's something about it. It seems like she's sticking with it. Her and Banks and Bert have all stuck with it the most consistently. It seems being a late game, top four fish have been holding on. They've been able to keep people's attention. They're streaming. Banks, I think, has her own just dedicated whale juicer community that is still like donating to her consistently. Which, I mean, good for her if that's what's happening. I saw her get like followed around in Europe by brown people, and that she had a based moment. It blew up for a second because people were like, "Oh, she slapped the hand of the immigrant. Hell yeah, let's go!" And then we're not gonna hear from her again until I don't know, the next time she says something on stream that gets people mad. But she's kind of just been keeping to herself. She doesn't seem like she's super latching onto the fish tank connection. At least she's not advertising it as much as I thought. I mean, I hated her. I hated her from day like 5, I think. So I made sure to distance, but I have her followed. I still make sure to see what's going on. I just haven't. It doesn't seem like she's kept the energy up quite as much as Bert and Mizzy have been able to. Our boy Daniel, he's a geeker. He's gonna, I don't know. These contestants, the cast is good. Some better than others, some worse than others. Yep. Freddie is going to be a wild Randy guy. I knew it. I of course. You could tell by the voice. He's a crackhead. He's a cokehead. He's going to be falling for these rage bait TTSs because he's a ball of rage in the shell of a soft boy, and he's going to crack, and he's going to get busted open. He's going to have his head cracked open by a coconut, and then when Frank Castle gets here, it's going to be fucking game over because he's going to get ripped apart. He's like talking to the cameras, yelling at them, yelling at the TTSs. This is very easily read. This is something that we're going to non-stop be seeing because it's a very easy archetype to recognize from the very first second that they get into the tank. He needs to be laughing big. He needs to have attention on them. He's making a scene all the time. He's going to have the same level of like moments. He's going to have the same amount of crash outs. He's going to have the same crazy swag and flair that maybe actually I'm not going to say he's going to have the same swag and flair. I don't think he has the cinematics. I don't think he's going to be doing this what this clip of Alex B is showing. He might be a poor imitation, but it's going to feel good to see it happen to him. Inversion of season 2? Okay. This is an interesting... I do like this idea. Freddie definitely doesn't know. I think a lot of these people know a decent amount, but Freddie doesn't know. Freddie knows fucking nothing. And I think that's very obvious. He liked the ability to interview. He liked the opportunity because he's a reality TV show guy. He was on 90 Day Fiancé. I'm sure he's been trying to get on anything else for a while now. And this was bound to happen for him. So this is where he belongs. Truly, he's found his calling, being a tweaker on this show. I can't believe it. Wild Randy is gonna happen again. I don't know. Wild Randy might be a bit of a dead bit unless he is able to up the ante from what Alex was doing. But he doesn't have like monkeys and shit to bounce it off of. He doesn't have something that he holds dear to himself that chat's going to be able to take advantage of, much like Alex B had. Alex B was very emotional about what he likes and what he... What? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? This guy can't be real. This is insane. He's going to do it again. It's not even close. He's gonna do it again. This is astounding. If he truly does fall for it and get as rageful as we saw last season, I don't even know what to say. He's either gonna end up being a shitty clone that people don't like, or he's going to fully take over. This is crazy. Wake up. Ah, Jew. Epic. That's a good one for Arya. But I think for the most part, that might be all I have to say as of day 2 of season 4. Yeah, so tomorrow's gonna be another day where I don't have as much of the time to stream it. There's it's Father's Day tomorrow. I'm gonna be gone for a couple of hours, but this coming week I'm gonna be paying attention while I'm at work as much as I can. I'm gonna be streaming most nights that I think I have something to say. If I'm not feeling like I can really contribute anything or have any conversational points to bring up, I'm gonna try not to just be like just sitting here doing nothing, you know? I feel like that would suck and people wouldn't want to watch that, but I'll tweet it out. I'll make sure to get the word out whenever I do pop back on. And for the time being, thanks for hanging out here, guys. I mean, this is like the most people I've ever had watching for more than 5 minutes, so I really appreciate anyone hanging out for the little bit of time I've been on. And you know, wake up, fish tank. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one, guys.